Yeah, man. Welcome back. This is a part two. Apologies, Lakers. Um, I even lost my train of thought, man. But you were telling me about your thingy, dog. Your YouTube journey. What inspired you to
Yeah.
start your YouTube journey? Yeah. As we
I
wait for
was
people to
saying
join
that I
in, man.
was watching a whole lot of YouTube, yeah, bro,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I watched a lot of UK content, like Nico or Malana to be specific, and I was like, no, this guy is really funny and he's living his dreams through my dream, you know,
Mm,
and I was
mm,
living vicariously through him, and I
mm,
was
mm,
like,
mm.
I also wanna shoot something and post just be something on the internet, bro. And I remember when I wanted to post my first YouTube video, I was like to my Instagram people, I had like a small community on Instagram, but not as big as now, of course, But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
people who fucked with me before the actual music and me being documenting, being the voice and all of that. So I actually started with regular content before actually moving to music content. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My regular content was me just having fun. I remember, I had a lot of fun, bro. Like, and I give all the workers chocolates. Like, I do nice shit, bro. And I do videos where I make people sing for 300 Rand and they
Damn.
win that 300 Rand and all of that, bro. But then what stopped me from actually doing that and moving to music, like music documentary? Because there's this time where I actually stopped doing those type of videos where I'm like kind of
Yeah.
just not dropping anything on YouTube, just chill. And I was
Whoa.
like, fuck it, like it was just a dream, and you know,
Mm, mm, mm,
and I realized that no, man, this is a calling. You know,
mm, mm.
I
Yeah.
came back in like 7 months after stopping YouTube, and then I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens if I don't stop. Yeah, well, that's the thing I
Exactly.
told myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what happens if I don't stop. I probably stopped in 2021, 21 or early 2022. Yeah, bro.
Mm, mm,
Around
mm.
then, I'm not really sure now, but as soon as I came back, bro, I was like, yeah, let us actually document what we love. What do we love? What are we passionate about as Swisher? And then it was either football or music. You know?
Mm,
For
mm,
me,
mm.
football, I love football. I watch football almost every day, but Santi as much as I watch the one year Peshe overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
okay, no, I can't do content about overseas when I'm in South Africa. Like, it should align, I should talk about South African football if I'm a South African guy. And
Exactly.
then I was like,
Exactly.
okay, music. I love music, and I love
Mm.
SA hip hop. I've always loved hip hop, and I
Cause
once was a rapper as well. Like,
for real,
yeah, I used to rap, bro. Landy let deluxe. I don't give a fuck. I go the long way, no fucking shortcuts. I'm so hot.
mm.
NASA should send me to the sun. Yeah.
Oh, not bro. What was
Yeah,
your
bro.
thingy?
Yeah, that's
What was
basically
your stage
it,
name at the
bro.
time? What was your stage name at the time?
It was Landy le deluxe. Then my
Yeah.
name,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then it was a cool name, really a dope name.
Shout
If I
out.
really
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
like
No, it was. It was. It was. Where did the lax come from? Was it luxury or what? Where did the lax come from?
the deluxe was. Let me think. I don't know. I actually
Yeah.
don't know. I
Bro.
kind of don't even remember, but like,
Mm, mm. Funny thing is, I saw how much you were at the beginning of your YouTube journey, how much you were pushing, right? Because you were campaigning in a sense, because you were making cards, you were putting posters around campus, bro. The drive, what initiated the drive? Because you said you were an artist before. and now you're like, okay, that
Yeah.
chapter is closed, and now you're moving in this direction. But what initiated that drive to say, I'm gonna grow from 0 subscribers to 300 and something subscribers, and I'm gonna do this cause, I'm gonna push and push and push and push.
I had an insane belief, bro. Like I still do. Like I have like belief that if someone else could do it, why can't I do it? You know?
Exactly.
So for
Yeah.
me, it was
Yeah.
a thing of let's do the groundwork, let's give people cards so people can know that I do the shit, you know? And
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
me, bro, I was just doing like the beginning is always the toughest, bro, because people
Exactly.
really
Starting.
start
Yeah.
respecting you when they see something happening, you know?
Mm,
And for
mm,
me, I was
mm,
like,
mm.
fuck, I see it in my mind, but in their minds, they don't see it them, you know, which I
Yeah.
completely understand. I was like, and especially when I started, I think I was on my second last year at university. So
Mm,
I kind of knew that I had to make this happen because my dream is to go to Josie eventually, you know, and I
mm.
want to go to Josie with at least something solid, you know, like
Yeah.
something that's already. So I don't come in Josie and I'm already like pushing, grinding. When I'm arriving in Josie, at least people know that, oh, I recognize that guy. I recognize this.
I know him from
Where
somewhere.
do I
Yeah.
recognize this face from?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the thing for me. I was like, okay, let me come to Josie and make this happen. But I can't come to Josie with no groundwork,
Man.
with no
Mm,
followers. And I remember I got people following me before I came to Josie. Like, who's this guy? I think the road manager for Mash Beats and Words. He followed me before I
what?
actually came to Josie. Bro!
That's
Ah,
crazy. And you know what
crazy.
what I loved
Small
about your
things
journey.
like that.
Sorry to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
What I loved about your drive at the time, ne, you were making videos. You were taking that link and you were sending it to artists, DMing them and saying, "I just did a review of this. Please check it out. I just did this. Please
Yes.
check it out." That drive was just insane, bro. And I saw that you saw you got a repost from MT, you got a repost from AKA, even Maclera DM'd you DM'd Maclera and he responded, right? So how was that? How was that for you? Actually seeing the results now.
Bruh.
How was it? How
Bruh.
was it? How was it? How was it?
I'll tell you the AKA repost that made
Yeah,
me like really like, oh, you know, because you know
yeah,
how that one happened.
sure.
I did a rise to fame on AKA, and I was like talking about how he became AKA and all of that. Posted it on my thing. Nothing really happened, but Hype Collector reposted me. Hype
Mm.
Collector, you know those creative
Yeah, yeah,
corners,
yeah.
fresh
The
magazines.
bloggers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hype Collector reposted me, and I was like, "Oh, Hype Collector."
Yeah.
these
That's insane,
these
bro.
pages
I
I
could
always be
imagine.
like, I was like, "Oh, bro," I was so shocked, bro, because these pages I'd also like I tag them. I tag or Slikour on Life. I
Yeah,
tag or
yeah,
Creative Corner
yeah,
or
yeah,
Hype Magazine. Hey, bro, I tag all of them, bro. Before I actually came to Josie, I'd have to make sure that they see this work.
yeah.
And it kind of worked out when Hype Collector posted me, bruh, and AKA saw it from Hype Collector because Hype Collector have got the numbers, bro, and they reposted me.
Mm,
I was so
mm,
happy.
mm, mm,
I
mm,
was
mm,
I was
mm.
out of this world
Bro,
happy. It
I
gave me
can
more
imagine, man. I
drive to
can
go.
imagine. Yeah,
Mm. Yo.
bro, your drive really inspires me, man. Because like during those
Thank
times,
you.
you can tell that you really wanted this, man. You were posting. You went from I saw you celebrating 350 subscribers, man, to 400 to what to up until right now you're sitting on 15K, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
the transition now, I remember you spoke on it, you touched on it, that you said you were doing vlogs, right? And then you said, no, man, I'm gonna do music now. Is it what was that inspiring thing that you saw and you're like, no, man, I'm moving from showing my life into focusing on this, and it's gonna work. Did you see something, or was it the love you have for music?
It's kind of both, ne?
Mm.
I love music in general, and I think the artist who made me, when I actually knew that this is written for me, was when I actually first made my video about a musician, and it was Blackie Somnyama. It was when Blackie was popping, like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he was coming up, and he was already up, but he was like in his golden peak prime, and I was like, okay, let me make a video of Blackie Somnyama. I was a big fan, still a big supporter of Blackie, but I think I was so much of a bigger fan back then that I
Yeah.
was like, okay, let me start with the Blackie Somnyama right, bruh. And that reason was because I saw a gap, bro.
Especially in SA, bro. Yeah.
Justin J, you know?
Mm, 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 mm. Hmm. His actual name, actual like, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I probably made a rise to fame for every artist, bro. Especially when I
Hmm.
started making shorts. You see, when I started moving from long form to shorts,
Yeah, yeah.
that's when my Instagram went up, my TikTok went up, and my YouTube started going up as well. Especially golden time of shorts when they were starting, when they were
Mm,
new
yeah,
shorts.
yeah.
That's when I started getting a lot more leaks. Why did you rebrand? Why did you rebrand, bro? That's when I started getting more
I'm gonna ask.
followers, bro, from shorts, bro. I just simply
Yeah.
saw a gap, bro.
Shout out to the
Yeah.
boy streams. Shout out. So, um, you of course, moving from that now, ne?
Mm-hmm.
You were still in school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me and you now. Okay, let me before that. Do you know that me and you have something in common? And I want you to guess what that
What?
is. Just guess. Take a guess. Any guess.
We went to UFS.
Exactly.
Ah!
Yeah, exactly. I started in 2020, 2016, and then I graduated in 2016. Yeah, then I graduated in 2020. You went afterwards, right? Was it afterwards
I entered university 20.
in 2020? Yeah,
That was my
you
first
went
year.
to you went to
2020.
you went
Yeah.
to UFL, and I went to thingy Kwakwa campus.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Okay.
know it. You heard of it.
I've heard of it. Koko campus, Blom campus, and there's this other campus as well.
South campus. South campus.
South campus. Yes.
Yeah, so we are podcasters, man. We have something in common.
That's
We have
crazy for
that's
life.
that's crazy, dog. That is crazy, my guy. That is crazy.
Yo.
So tell me, man. During that time, something happened, bruh, to you. You were once arrested, bruh. What happened?
I was once arrested.
Yeah.
How do you know
Hey, bruh.
that?
I can't reveal,
Let
man.
me tell you, bruh. There's this
Yeah.
time, ne? I think it was before UFS. And
So it
I
was not
was at
during.
a it was around my matric year, if not the year before. But let me tell you, I was gathering, me and my family, and Siselali, it's a nice vibe. And then my
Yeah, yeah.
aunt decides to hit my other aunt, you know. I don't know
Yeah.
why, you know. And then it starts being a commotion. But
Yeah.
and then Unsiki, who was the wrong one who started the actual fight, felt like, why is this whole family defending everyone? Is defending this other aunt, but not me. And then she was like, you know what? I'm gonna call the cops on everyone here. Hey, the cops come through, bruh,
Ooh.
like quickly. Hey, the cops, and they arrest the aunt who was hit by the aunt who made the call. And we were like, the
Whoa.
family, no, no ways, this is happening, bruh, no ways. And
That
then
is
they were like,
crazy.
hi, 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 hi. And then it started to be a commotion now. It's my family with the police. We're trying to tell these people, but no, this is the wrong person that police listen to us for some reason, bruh. And then they take the drive with the to the police station. We were like, no ways that's happening. Let's go, Tina Nat. We go in our own car, Nat.
That's
To the police
crazy.
station. As soon as they arrive, we also arrive. And now our energy is more, bro. We're like, no ways.
How
Even
many?
at the
How
police
many? How
station,
many
it's
were
gonna
you?
toy, bro. Hey, you know
How
what
many
the
were you?
police people did, bro? They
Yeah.
were like, nina nizawulala up. I need you nowhere.
Ooh.
You know? They're like, oh, even us now for no reason. We're sleeping in the jail's thingy. Hey, you know what they said, bro? They like, you gotta remove your shoelaces because we don't want you killing yourself, yeah. You know? And we remove our shoelaces, bruh. And
Mm,
we
mm,
sleep
mm, mm.
at jail, me and my family, until what time? Until they woke us up half 4 a.m. to kick our ass, bro. So yeah, I spent the night in jail, bro. I spent the night in jail,
That
which
is
was crazy.
crazy.
But
That is.
hey
I thought it
man, shit
happened. I
happens,
don't.
bro. I can't believe you found that out. I wonder how. I
I had to do my
But yeah,
homework, my
that
guy.
happened, bro.
Yeah.
That
Nah, that's
happened.
crazy,
That
dog. That's
happened.
crazy, man. Nah, thank you for
Brother,
sharing that, man. I thought it.
shout
I thought
out.
maybe
I've
it
never shared
happened.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it happened whilst you were in
Mm.
UFS, so that's why I had to find out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So now you being at
How'd you find
UFS,
that
right?
out though?
I'll tell you. I did my research, dog. I did my research.
Alright, cool, cool. But yeah, let's go on.
Yeah, so this is you at UFS now, ne?
hmm
Okay, even before UFS, what made you decide you want to study BA in thingy integrated organizational communication, bro?
Nice, bro. Well, as soon as I nah, um, I I was deciding on journalism,
Mm,
between journalism or English and history. Yeah, bro.
mm.
Those are my two options when I was walking into UFS. I was leaning towards journalism. Yeah, bro. And then I'm there by, I forgot the name of that place, but where you register and shit, you know.
Mm, mm,
And
mm.
I go there, and then I'm like, okay, I'm here to register for journalism next for next Nondon. And they were like, oh, really? I'm like, yes, I want journalism. And then they were like, you know what? There's another thing that you could actually do that covers journalism and other things like marketing, like branding, like growing your, well, I'd say growing your social media. I feel like what I studied helped a lot with what I am and how I'm branding myself and how I maneuver in these spaces, bro, because it really helped me be aware of how I want to represent me, how I want to
Mm.
do things, because what I studied is like a PR practitioner. You know, it also has many facets, but like it's kind of like I'm a person who's in the middle between different stakeholders. You can have like a lower stakeholder and a higher stakeholder who
Mm, mm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You were on YouTube and you were growing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You lie. You lie. What? Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. So now that journey of you graduating at the end and getting that qualification, did it help you meet or work under Slikour on life?
No, it
Are
didn't.
you under Slikour on life, by the way? Are you under Slikour?
I
What's happening?
am. I freelance for Slick Life here and there. I'm a freelancer for them, but I'm not a permanent worker, like, you know. But
Yeah.
I always appreciate Slick Life, bro, because you know the story of when I got there. Yo, brah. So now it was already when I'm in Josie, you know,
Mm, mm, mm,
and I I actually, well, I graduated on the 7th of December, right? The
mm-hmm,
2023. Yeah, bro. And
mm.
then on the next day, my friend from Josie, my realest nigga Spa, who I went to school with in UFS,
Yeah.
he was like, Swisher, I'm gonna drive to Blom. We pack your stuff, we pack everything, and then we drive back to Josie. So you
Whoa.
can be a Josie brew. You know? Like he believed in
Well,
me more than I believed in myself back then. You know?
that's
I'm
crazy.
like, wow, that's crazy. I had to help with few, of course, but it was still so crazy. Like, you
So
doing
you were
that
gonna
for
stay
me?
with
Like,
him?
I was no. The thing is, I had a place already booked by the Onyx. I already paid for like a month or two at the Onyx, where I was gonna move at in
Mm,
Josie. So I
mm,
already
mm.
had my place waiting for me. I just needed my clothes and myself in Josie. You know.
Mm,
So I
mm, mm.
graduated on the 7th. On the 8th of December, me and my bro are leaving for Josie, bruh. Arrive, Epsuku, bruh. Around this time, we arrive around
I
this
can
time.
imagine, but I'm sure. How many hours is it? 5 hours? How many hours is it?
Yeah, 5 4 hours. It was
Yeah.
crazy, bruh. Yo, worth it. I arrived and I slept pantsy. I slept literally pantsy fair too. But
Mm,
I
mm,
knew
mm,
that I'm
mm.
sleeping on the floor for a reason, bruh. This is like, I'm in
Whoa,
Josie, finally. This is my dream. You know? Pah.
bruh.
That was December 2023. And then the
Mm,
next day on the 9th is a Sunday, and the sports scene put me on final. I was probably gonna go home on the 9th, about go
mm-hmm.
back home to Queenstown. But then I was like, you know what? It's sports scene put me on final. Let me go there. Let me go there and actually work and just interview people and just.
For
That's where
real?
I first saw lo-fi. That's where I first saw a lot of niggas in the industry, and they all were like, we recognize you, we know your work. And I realized that, okay, Josie is really the place to be, bruh, because no one in Bloemfontein was like, I love your work. I love.
That is
In Josie now, people would
crazy.
stop me. People would stop me, bro, and be like, I know you from somewhere, bro.
So how did you
And
enter
then I was like,
the
okay.
premises? How did you enter the premises of the building itself?
Oh, by the Onyx,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you
they
didn't you
already
need
knew
some
that
sort of
they already
didn't you
knew
need some
that I was coming through. Yeah, boy.
how?
And when because I already paid before that.
No, not your place. I mean for the sports scene thingy. Where was it?
Sports scene.
Yeah, for the sports scene, put me on final. You said you went
Oh,
there and you started
yeah. I
interviewing
saw
people,
that they
right?
were promoting it like on their page, Instagram
Mm.
page, and the tickets
Mm-hmm.
were free. The tickets were free.
Oh, okay,
I
okay,
can't miss
okay.
this. Yeah. It was a hip hop event. I'm a hip hop bro. The
Yeah,
sports
yeah,
scene put me
yeah.
on. Everything just made sense, bruh. And
Damn.
I went there and did my shit and Slick on Life. I want to answer the Slick on Life question how they got me.
Yeah.
I was actually in a shower, I'm showering, just listening to music,
Yeah.
and then I get a message that stops my music, bro. I don't know how this message stopped my music, bro. It somehow did.
Damn.
I leave the shower. I'm like, what is stopping my music? And I see that Slick on Live. Eh,
Whoa.
I read this email that's like, hey, okay, Swisher, we love your work. We remember you last year when you tried to apply and we said you should circle back next year. I tried to apply at Slick on Live while I was in Bloom. They
Mm.
were like, no, we too full. Try again next year. And the next year I did. I didn't try, but they just hit me up. Hey, are
Whoa.
you perhaps free for an interview? And we'd like you
Whoa.
to, bro. We'd like you to be a person who works on the publication of.
Mm.
I was like, I stopped the music. I celebrated, bruh. Like,
Damn.
I called my mom. I was like, Mom, okay,
Yeah.
like bro. And literally, bro,
Damn,
they
bro.
welcomed me so much. They showed me a lot about the game. I'll forever be appreciative to Slick on Life and the people there, bro, because I even went to Metro FM Awards that year. A line that if it didn't
Ooh.
happen that year,
Bro.
yo, bro, I even went to Metro FM Awards because of those people, bruh.
Bro.
Yo,
Because I
I,
think, do you think it was a gateway for you now to now see these stars that you were watching from afar in front of you now, and you were now getting access to our A-Reece, our Nasty, our
bro.
Gas. Uh, how was that feeling, dog? Like, how was that feeling? Because it's like you were making videos about these people. Now you're actually there with them.
Dog, I remember I'd shiver. Like I'd be nervous, but I knew that I'm good at interviewing people, nah. But then I'd shiver like, oh, now I'm about to talk to my Clara dope boy. Like
Imagine.
what?
That
Imagine that, bro.
is crazy,
Now
dog.
bruh, it was like an eye opener for me. It was like, okay,
Mm.
brother, whatever in your mind, it can happen because look at you now. You literally sitting like this with Siamet, the
Bro,
the
bro,
biggest person in hip hop. Like,
bro,
bro,
bro.
it was like I can't even explain it, bruh. It was just a confirmation for me that
Yeah,
I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right track, and I shouldn't stop, bro. Like
you
the
shouldn't
day I
stop, man.
interviewed A-Reece, bruh. Yo,
My guy. Bro, you brought me on that one. Like,
I,
how was it? Tell me, how was that one? Because we're already there now.
whoa,
How?
mfana.
Okay, wait.
Yo, I was,
How did it
uh,
come about? Are you the one that approaches the art, those artists? Are you the one that goes to them and then you ask the questions, or what? Like how? Or there's a person who actually works for you to get those artists, and then you do the
no, I
work.
have no
How does
one
it?
working for me, bruh. I approach these niggas, bruh. I'm like, yo, let's talk. Let's do this shit, bro. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I I I DM these niggas now. Like I'm like,
bro.
yo, come through.
Yeah,
But back then though, like
yeah.
it was usually at events, certain events like Back to the City, for example, or for the A-Reece interview, it was at Red Bull 64 Bars last year. Yeah, well, and I was invited by Red Bull to do some interviews there for the artists that are there, and then they casually name dropped that A-Reece is also gonna be doing 64 bars, like casually just name dropped A-Reece, like okay. I
Yeah.
was like, yo,
Yeah, like
say
just like
less,
that.
I'm there,
Yeah.
clean, you know?
Mm.
Hi, and I'm Mfana. And as I arrived, I remember I arrived, it was a 2-day thing. The first day it was Usimamane and Reason. Usimamane and Kulichana, yeah. And then the
Yeah.
second day was A-Reece and someone else. I forgot who was with A-Reece, someone else though. So as soon as I arrived there, Michael
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, of course. The
there with
Aries
the rest of
producer.
the journalists.
Yeah.
There with the rest of the journalists as I arrive, and I'm like, "Hi, these niggas don't know who the fuck is this." And I greet Michael Tui first before I greet these
Mm.
journalists that I work with, of course. And
Yeah.
then A-Reece comes through to lay his bars, bro, at the 64 bars, and he kills it, bruh. And then now, after killing it, it's my turn to interview him. Yo,
Oh.
bruh. I was so nervous. Like I was thinking of things to say. What should I say next? How
Yeah.
I even Raquel was there. And hey, bruh, even
Ooh.
Raquel was there, bruh, and
Ooh. Crazy.
I I I
So tell me, man,
yo
did
just
you
like
have you ever met an artist that maybe you were like, maybe you spoke bad about their project, or you were like, I didn't like this project, and then now you had to meet them in person. Has that ever happened? And then did
it
they maybe
has.
confront you, or what? How did you deal with it?
it it has happened a lot, but the most recent one that I can think of is EQ. You know EQ, the
Yeah,
piano, bruh.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's this time I spoke about him performing. He was just making it unsafe for the people, and hey, that video blew up. Like it went crazy. Like 200K people saw it on Instagram
Mm.
of me criticizing him. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
I
you shouldn't be
remember.
doing like
Mm,
this. You
mm,
remember what
mm,
I'm talking
mm.
about?
Yeah,
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 the
yeah, I remember.
EQ video.
Mm.
So EQ, there's this time where there's a Ricky Rick listening session, yeah, for the Boss Songer Forever album. And we're all there now. I'm there as well, like listening to the thing, and then the thing ends. Me, bruh, I'm quite confrontational. I'm not scared of being confronted because I can do that too. So I see EQ passing around, and then I go up to him. And I'm like, bro, I hope you didn't take that shit personally as what I said. I just feel like you could have just made the event safe for people.
Yeah,
Hey, he's like,
yeah,
nah,
yeah.
bro, I took it personal and everyone in the game did. Konaibo,
Whoa,
everyone in the game took it personal. How? I
whoa.
remember even Zeus Omega. You know Zeus Omega, the guy who runs
Yeah,
Creative Corner. Hey,
yeah,
brah,
yeah.
he was like on my comments on that video, brah, you chasing cloud to make you remain broke. Shit like that, bro. I'm like, fuck these niggas, bro. Me, I have a voice and I'm gonna use it.
Because to me, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Swisher is now meeting these people, right? Swisher is now interacting with these people. Will he
Yeah.
now be censored in a sense because he's seeing these people and he knows that one of these events I might see this person. So does it maybe censor you in a bit to now hold your thoughts and not say your piece? Maybe if they're releasing a project that is not good.
For me, I always wanna say my thoughts, bro. And what I've realized is my voice is so powerful. Like
Yeah,
whatever I say, people are gonna be like, oh, okay, we
yeah, yeah.
agree, but it's gonna be implanted in their minds. And
Mm.
for me, like if I don't fuck with something, I'll say I don't fuck with something. Like, oh, it's my thoughts. You guys are free to have your
Exactly.
own thoughts. Just I document mine.
Yeah. So,
so, so
mm, mm.
yeah.
Oh, okay. No, so now you saying that, like maybe saying your piece, and then maybe in the next few months or in the next year, seeing that person, right? Do you think maybe it will, maybe let's say you want him for okay Swisher show, for the Swisher show. How would you go around now putting that to bed? Are you gonna overlook that, or are you gonna now first tackle this and move it out the way?
I'd have to handle it, bro. If it's like a point where it's like something that is 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 difficult to move on. Like for example, if we can't have this chat because we don't see eye to reason, I'd actually talk about that reason. Why don't we see eye to eye and catch
Mm.
so we can have the Swisher show, bro? I wouldn't invite the person and confront them at the Swisher show because I feel like the Swisher show is a happy place, bro. You know, I want artists to feel safe there and feel like they can speak a lot. So I'm always gonna ask them about stuff that is like what you asked about the arresting thing, like stuff that's like
Yeah.
again, I won't go about wanting to get clicks. I'll just ask it in a way that
Mm.
I just wanted to know, you know? I
Mm.
just wanted to know. So
Mm.
it
Mm.
doesn't really break boundaries. I feel like just people sometimes will take it personally. Sometimes people forget, bruh, and we move on, bruh. Like, what I love about us, we like people who are always going to be relevant because we always in touch with the culture. And
Exactly.
I think
Exactly.
artists don't understand the power that we have, but they will and always come flock to us now. You know, that's the
Exactly,
thing.
because it's an open market that has not been tapped into. It's an open gap, and it's voices that are needed within the SA entertainment space because we don't have that, right?
True.
So I feel like they'll grow to it eventually, man. They'll grow to it.
Mm-hmm.
It brings me now to now we're speaking about the social show. How did that come about? The concept of it now, because I see you
Yeah.
on episode 23 now. You've been pushing. You've been getting these artists. Even the studios that you are shooting at, I like them, bro. Clean, clean, clean. Even the visuals, man, top tier, bro. Tell me about that, bro. Like the Swisher show, man.
The Swisher show was a show that I always wanted to start.
Mm, mm. What? Just shit. For real? Like, what? How did I miss that, bro? When did you? Cause I thought I was on track with your timeline, dog. How did I miss it, dog?
It's not on my highlights or something. And
Ah, when? When was
anyways,
it?
let me tell you, it was last year around the time when I was working at Slikour Live. And then Lula
Mm.
Odiba, I always appreciate her. She was
Put everything
working
after
the
the
hip hop show.
divas.
Yeah, at 5 FM, she was doing the hip hop show there, yeah, bro.
Has
And
she left
she wanted a
YFM?
content producer, huh?
Has she left YFM? She's no
No,
longer at
she's still
YFM.
there, but she's not on the hip hop show now.
Mm, mm.
Speedster is there now, yeah, bro. Um, okay, so 5 FM, bruh. Where the fuck? Oh, Lula, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
She's like starting this hip hop show, and
Mm, mm. Hey, bro.
you take time to open them because you don't believe them. You know, like you don't believe this text. Hey, I open this text after like 5 minutes of just looking at it. You know, I open it and I'm like, okay, this is real. Even dropped a number there. Let me call it. I called the number, bruh. Yeah, it's her, bruh. I'm like, yo, it's me, Swisher, the guy you texted on TikTok. She's like, yeah, Swisher, how are you? I'm like, good, good. How are you? I'm
Right.
good. I want you as a content producer for my new show that's starting September 1st. I remember it starting, was it September or June, August? Hey, between those months, August 1st, June 1st, or around, man, around the 1st of something, bro. I'm like, of course I can, of course, Lula. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you. I'll pay you this amount, and yeah, man, we just like you to just be a content producer. And what
Yeah.
you're gonna do is you're gonna produce the questions, and you're gonna get the guests. Yeah, boy.
Mm,
Produce
mm.
questions, get the guests. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, calm, clean, clean, clean. Fiverr, fam, bro. When I'm
Bro,
typing to someone that, yo, I'd like you at 5 FM, they definitely gonna come through. Like, yo.
bro.
You know?
It's radio, man.
So that
Who
that
doesn't
kind
want to
of
be there?
builds that thing within me of, okay, if I can bring guests, I can write the questions, I can
Yeah.
also like interview them, you know? And even at 5, I started doing
Mm.
interviews. I started doing Swisher Fridays on 5 FM, bruh. Yo, yo,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa. I did
That
Swisher
is
Fridays on
insane, dog.
5 FM, bruh. Yo, this was my
Ah,
first year in Johannesburg
bruh,
doing all
how
this
come?
shit, bro.
Bro, how come? Why you kept
Yo,
quiet about that? What?
brother, trust me, when the moment was happening, I was here. I was very loud about it. Trust
Yeah.
me. When it was happening, I was loud about it, bro. But then it
Mm,
didn't
mm.
last, bro, because all good things don't ever last, of course.
Eish,
You know?
eish,
That
eish.
idea was still planted in me that I can interview a person, I can invite them, I can write their questions. Why don't we
Mm.
do it at my own show, the Swisher
Yeah,
Show? Yeah, well,
yeah.
and then
Obviously, bro.
this year, hey, now things are starting to look kind of tough at Slick on Life. I'm not getting as many gigs as I used to. I'm not at 5 FM no more. My content is kind of stagnant too. Like, it's kind of, my content is
Mm.
aight, but me personally, I feel like I could do more. I'm not
Yeah.
challenging myself enough, you know? And I was like, no.
Mm. Mm. Crazy. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Plus, man, you are the voice. You are the voice of the game. So I think it only makes sense, dog. It only makes sense for you to interview them. It only makes sense for you to be that guy when you send them a text, they reply. Because you've had some crazy guests, dog. You've had some crazy guests. Abu Lucas Raps, Abu Kindly Nash, even Zinga was there. I was like, whoa, that one is crazy. Baby Days was there. Even Bruce was there. I was like, oh, so you're tapping in other avenues right now, huh? That is crazy. That is yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will do that. I will be the one.
Nah,
No,
that's you, man. Shout out to you, man. Man, I'm enjoying this, and I still have a lot of questions.
no worries. I have time.
But I want us to close it up, dog. I really want us to close it up. I'm really enjoying it, man.
Me too.
Um, okay. One last thing, bro. Did you really quit weed?
won't lie, bro. I tried, bro. I tried. I relapsed, bro. Yo,
What ha-
yo,
what
I,
happened,
bro.
dog? What happened?
Yo, dog. What happened to me to relapse, bro?
Yeah.
Ugh, damn. And I really wanted to quit it, man. Especially going into my second year of Josie because I felt like it kind of made me overthink when I'm at
Mm, mm.
feeling good, bro. I started feeling
Yeah.
good when I don't do it. Maybe I'll feel good still when I do it. And ish, I went back and hey, man, man, it's one of those things, man.
So
Hopefully
now
I'll quit it eventually, bro. But I
you know
relapsed,
that
bro.
does it not make you antisocial now? It doesn't make you antisocial anymore.
It does. It does. Sometimes I won't lie.
Yeah.
Like different places where I feel like I'm antisocial, and
Mm,
sometimes. So, for example, I won't smoke weed if I know I have something to do. Like right now, I didn't smoke weed because I know I have this to do, or or if I have a Swisher show to do,
mm,
because it just makes me think a lot, and I don't want to be thinking a
mm,
lot. I want to be relaxed when I
mm.
am enjoying a J. Usually enjoy my J's after Ipsuku now. I've limited myself to not doing
Yeah.
it in the morning, in the afternoon, and then the evening, and doing it just the evening, bro. You know? So
Sure.
yeah, yeah,
So you
yeah, yeah.
definitely hitting one after this, huh?
Definitely hitting one after this, yes.
Crazy, crazy. My guy, your
Yeah.
thoughts now. Your thoughts. KO dropping album, bruh. The numbers are not doing good. Let's be honest, bro.
Low numbers, ne?
The KO numbers are not doing good, dog. Let's be
Mm-hmm.
honest. What do you think is going on, bruh? What's happening? What are we not doing right in the hip hop space? Because we are releasing songs. People are dropping, but the numbers are not doing numbering. They're not. Dog. We have to be honest. We
That's
have to be
true,
honest.
bro. That's true. You're
What,
right.
what, what,
The numbers
what's
aren't the same, bro. I feel like with the KO album and the fact that it didn't do as well, I think people are moving on from big artists, bro, like the likes of KO, the likes of Casper, who else? The likes of, I wouldn't say Maclera, but I'd say like the OGs who have been here before paving the way for the new cats. I
mm-hmm.
think the world and just South Africa as a whole, our attention span, bro. No one can actually go through an album and finish it like they used to before because consuming music is like different now for other
Yeah,
people because they're so used to scrolling quickly. They're
yeah.
not used to just bumping
The attention
something
span is
and
going.
enjoying it.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, the attention spans are gone. And with KO, I don't think it's only his songs on that album. I feel like they also cater to radio a lot, and you
Exactly.
can cater to radio, but you also want to have a substance and storyline with that album. It's called Para City, but
Parasite.
there's
Yeah.
nothing that shows or acknowledges I'm a para like that, bro.
Mm.
And I'm like, there's a disconnect. And I went to Universal this one time. I was invited to Universal to listen to Casper Nyovest music that's coming soon, bro. Brother,
Yeah.
it's like the people in the game are old, bro, and
They're
they
not
aren't
tapped
in touch
in.
with they're not tapped in with the sound that's current. So now they were like calling us the tastemakers to listen to the sound that Casper Nyovest is gonna come through with. I'm listening to the song, bro. I'm like, I'm on Casper. This song, it's a Big Hash song, but it has you in it. But it's Casper
Mm,
featuring Big Hash, but Big
mm,
Hash is carrying this song with his vocal ability and his singing. and they're all like, this is a hit for summer, this is a hit for summer. And I'm like, people
Mm,
won't receive this as a Casper and your Vest song because Casper isn't the highlight of this song. And then they also made us listen to a song is gonna drop, but kinda sounds like that Gushoba. Gusho
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
that
yeah.
song he was rapping 2015 almost
Is it
he rapped it
the
on
one
one
with
of his.
Pretty Ugly, or is it the one with Pretty
Oh,
Ugly?
not that one, not that one. I'll link you. I'll send a link to you when this is
Mm,
done on Instagram. So it
okay.
is this song that people were like, Casper, you losing recipes. What is this trash sound? You know? And
Mm,
it was
mm,
kind of
mm,
trash
mm.
on the stream. And then when we listened to it at Universal, people there at Universal were like force feeding us to like this song. And I was like, I was questioning it. And I'm questioning it because the tastemakers there by Universal are old niggas. They don't know what works right
Mm.
now in the day and age of SA hip hop, and they
Now,
think that Casper and Your Vest sound will be as impactful and will be a hit so much so that he's gonna fill up the
the
Toyota
doom.
Stadium because of those songs,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Hey, yeah. It left me wondering, like, okay, there's a lot of space for young cats who have a ear here in this industry because most of the cats are old niggas, bruh.
Mm,
Uh,
mm, mm,
uh.
mm. So now, do you think it's the same with with the DJs now? Because Slicker just dropped. Slicker is there outside. I hear Casper, but Slicker is always listening to music. He's a DJ, bro. Come on. And
Yep,
I think
true.
the last time I checked, he was an A&R. Was it
Ooh.
at Sony or what?
He was at. Oh my. Give me a second, bro. You can hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, give me a second. I
No
wanna
problem.
turn my thing on, bro.
No,
My
yo, yeah.
yeah. Uh, so you
The
talking
real-
about Slick, bro? Bangerville, ne?
Yeah, Bangerville, man. He has the eye, he has
Bangerville.
the ear on the ground, but for me, dog, calling it Bangerville, I'm already assuming that there's gonna be bangers there because
Yeah.
it's titled Bangerville. So
Did you have a song that you liked it?
yeah, the one that you also mentioned, because I remember you came on my lab and you said you like Blakey's song. That one,
Freestyle.
the Zitini one, is it Zitini or what?
Yeah, Ziti. It says Ziti, the one with Blackie.
Yeah,
Accessory.
yeah,
I think that's the one
yeah,
he's trying to push the most out of
yeah, yeah.
the songs.
Because the
So what's
others,
your
man, I
question,
think.
bro?
So my question is, with that, with him being an A&R, is he still an
Hmm.
A&R or what? The last time I checked, he was an A&R, right? He has his
Oh,
ear on the
Slick.
ground. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
is he not? I think it's
I
Sony.
didn't know.
Yeah, he was.
Honestly.
He was. He was.
Okay.
I'm just not sure which label. I think between Sony, if not Universal, somewhere there. Somewhere there.
Okay.
Um, what do you think about that album being called Bangerville and it coming out the way it did? Because if it was consisting of bangers, the numbers would be saying otherwise.
You were gonna be happy, ne?
Yep. So
I feel like I I don't mind him naming it Bangerville or whatnot, as long as the music sounds good. I feel like you don't know what a banger is gonna be until people consume your music. So you can have a song like "Meanwhile in Honeydew," which A-Reece dropped like 2 months before it actually popped up and became a banger. Sleeper joint, and maybe he thought the album would consist of sleeper joints and called it Bangerville, but or maybe because of the sound that he's going for, like a whole lot of bangers, nothing too deep and
mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, hmm, hmm, hmm. Yeah. Good question. Good question. I won't lie, man. I was exactly, man. I'm, I'm down. I'm down. I'm down.